Hello YouTube! Today in the Naughty Librarian, I am going over my January TBR list. Things went pretty good in December as far as like attacking my TBR list. I did not get all of the books done, so man, I hate bumping books, and I bumped some books from December to January. But you know what? January, it's a new year, it's a new reading goals. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stop bumping books. That's a lie. I'm totally gonna keep bumping books, but I'm gonna try better not to. Anyway, let's just talk about the books I'm planning on reading in January. Also, side note, my friend Leanna from Leanna's Library, I'll link her down below, she gave me this, like, a set of wine glasses for Christmas, and they're super cool. This one says, "You had me at Merlot." This isn't Merlot, but I still appreciate the pun. First up, I have Just Like Heaven by Julia Quinn. Julia Quinn is on my short list of historical romance authors to try because I read like the blurb on the back of this, and it feels the most Tessa Dare out of all of the other books that I thought were gonna be like Tessa Dare. This one is the closest, so I have like very high hopes. I don't want to get too high of hopes and be like, you know, disappointed, but I have a good feeling about this one. I feel like Julia Quinn could be my next Tessa Dare obsession. We'll see. This is definitely a rom-com. It is historical. It's about the woman and the man, and basically they are linked because the man is her brother's best friend, and they're both secretly in love with each other, and I think they're both too stubborn to admit it, and then like it ends up happening. And I assume with sexy results. I am so down to read this. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I am also super excited that I am continuing on with the Kate Daniels series. This is book 5. So I am just like plowing through this series. I've been like so far like 2 books a month. I go for 1, but I end up doing 2 because I can't put them down. They are so much fun. That's probably why I love urban fantasy so much, because the books are just fun to read. Like there's no things where I need to set the book down and cry about it. Like I'll get like sad, but I don't like have to like, you know, have like a tissue break. Also, they're sexy, they're fun, they're funny, the characters are great, there's like magical mayhem. It's just fun. They're so much fun to read. They're like book candy. You can't stop eating it, or reading it, that is, because I don't eat my books. That'd be weird. This is a continuation of the Kate Daniels series. I have talked about Kate Daniels several times, but she's basically a private investigator in a magic-filled Atlanta, and the world is really creepy and weird, and there's a lot of creatures, and it's just magical hijinks, and I love it. I love it so much. I'm gonna continue on with the series. Continuing on my rom-com trend for January, I have Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. Now, Christina Lauren are my girls. I have pretty much loved almost everything they've ever written. I've read almost everything they've ever written, so I'm gonna continue on with that cycle. And I've been wanting to read this for quite some time, and I just hadn't put it on my like official TBR list, so new year, new TBR list, let's do this. It's kind of a fun friend to lovers romance. There's Josh and Hazel. Hazel's kind of like a hot mess of a lady, and Josh is very mellow, and they've known each other for like 10 years at this point, and I think Josh has a bad breakup, and they both go like on continually terrible blind dates with other people until finally they realize like, hey, maybe we should be together. And then there's sexy results. So I'm in. I love Christina Lauren's like comedic timing. They write good rom-coms. Totally in to read this. I have bumped this book twice. I am a monster. I want to read the Throne of Glass series, damn it. I just like, okay, here's the deal. I really like the audiobooks for this, and I own the audiobook because they had a flash sale on Audible. I bought it for like $5, so I was like, okay, cool, I own it. And the thing is, I keep getting library books, and I gotta read those before I gotta turn them back in. So this keeps getting bumped. But new year, new TBR, it should not get bumped this month. I need to get on finishing the Throne of Glass series, and this is book 2. I need to get into it. I like Selena, I like her kick-assery, I wanted to see magic happen and all kinds of cool stuff. Did I say enough? I meant stuff, but like wine. I also really want to read Autonomous by Annalee Newitz. And I met Annalee Newitz last year. Oh my gosh, it's weird to say last year about 2018. But I met her in 2018 at the Festival of Books, so this is signed. And I read the blurb and it seemed amazing, and I'm so into it. I want just like a good sci-fi that's like not based on romance. Like I want like a palate cleanser book, and this is gonna be it. I'll just read you like the first sentence because it's ridiculous and sounds like this is gonna be amazing. Earth 2144. Jack is an anti-patent scientist turned drug pirate and pharmaceutical Robin Hood, traversing the world in a submarine, fabricating cheap scripts for poor people who can't otherwise afford them. There are so many words in that sentence that I didn't think would be together in a sentence. And I'm all about it. It's also about AI and robots and how they're fighting for rights to be recognized as people. And I am so into it. I just want to read like a good, fun sci-fi story that's like palate cleanser, something I don't normally read. I am also picking up Grace and Fury by Tracy Banghart. And I have the, I forget what edition this is. It's from a book subscription box. I forget which one it was. But it is an exclusive cover. And this cover is dope because the original cover is kind of lame. I'm just going to say it. It just has like 2 girls on it. I'm like, that's boring. This is like Fire Rose. And I'm like, yes! It's about these 2 sisters. One of them has been training to be a Grace. And I guess a Grace is like a woman who hangs around the prince or something. And like they're like the personification of the perfect woman. And then some shit goes down, and then that sister gets thrown in jail, so the rebellious other sister has to step in and become a Grace and, like, spring her sister from jail, I'm assuming. I don't know much more than that about it, but I have heard good things overall, and I'm excited to read it. I'm also planning to pick up Seafire by Natalie C. Parker. Again, this is another kind of sisterhood story. It is female pirates, and there's war on the high seas. And I'm just going to read you like the first line of this blurb because it's excellent. The first in a heart-stopping trilogy that recalls the undeniable feminine power of Wonder Woman and the powder keg action of Mad Max Fury Road. Seafire follows the captain of an all-female ship intent on taking down a vicious warlord's powerful fleet. So in Wonder Woman meets Mad Max on the ocean. Like, why would I not want to read that? It sounds like the perfect book. Lady pirates, sisterhood, friendships, taking down evil warlords, all in. Want to read this. I'm going to read 2 Cassandra Clare books this month. I might get burnt out on Cassandra Clare, but I'm hoping not because both of these are finale books and I got to read both of them. Oh my gosh. First I have Clockwork Princess, and this is the finale of the Infernal Devices series. And I'll be honest, book 1 of the Infernal Devices was very derivative of City of Bones and I didn't like it that much. And that was Clockwork Angel. I went to Clockwork Prince, book 2. So freaking good. It ripped my still beating heart out like Temple of Doom style. Oh my gosh, I'm so in now. And this is the conclusion, and I need to know how everything's gonna shake out. Like, you know, it started off slow for me, this series, and then it picked up towards the end, and then it's getting closer and closer to what I really like about Cassandra Clare, because Cassandra Clare and I don't always get along very well as a writer and a reader, but when she's on, she is on. So I am very excited to complete this series. Oh my gosh, I also have to complete the Dark Artifices series and completely different time periods. Totally want to read this one. Actually, you know what? Dark Artifices was the first Cassandra Clare like series of books that I've been reading that I actually loved immediately. So I feel like her writing now as opposed to years ago is much more on par with what I enjoy. So her earlier works are hit or miss for me. A lot of like Mortal Instruments are very hit and miss. I like parts of it, but not a lot of it. And this series in particular is like a masterpiece. I love it. This book is so long though. Dear Lord, how long are you? Good gracious, this is 880 pages. Holy shit. It's so long. It's like almost 1,000 pages. Dear Lord. Dear Lord, I'm gonna try my best to read it, but it's gonna take me so long. Oh my gosh, oh gosh. But it's gonna be so good, but it's so long. I don't know how to feel about it right now, but I'm excited. The last book that I'm really desperately hoping I don't bump again is 6 of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I need to get into this now because King of Scars comes out at the end of the month, and I'm like all into that. Like I need to have Nikolai's story now because I love Nikolai, and I've heard Nikolai does make cameos in this series, and I need to read it, because then I'm caught up. I'll be caught up. I need to read this and Six of Crows, and whatever. Six of Crows and, Crooked Kingdom. That's the next one. I need to read both. I am going to commit to reading the first one this month. If I find time, maybe I'll squeeze in Crooked Kingdom. I am not hopeful too much, though, because I have some very long books to read. Queen of Air and Darkness, holy shit, that's gonna be long. So I don't have high expectations I'll get to both, but fingers crossed. I just want to read about Cass Brecker, because I know I'm gonna love that kid. Like, all my friends love him. I've heard nothing but great things. The things I've heard, I'm like, this character seems like a boy after my own heart. I need to read this. Why haven't I read this? I'm a monster. I have, like, excellent books on deck for January. Lots of fantasy, lots of, like, kick-ass ladies, sisterhood books. I am in so hard for these books. I also have some palette cleansers. I have very high hopes for Julia Quinn. I'm like, please, I need another Tessa Dare in my life, because I'm out of Tessa Dare books to read. Let me know in the comments down below, have you read any of these books? If so, which ones were the best? Which ones were the worst? Which ones are the ones, Amanda, you can't bump anymore because you're a monster? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like. And if you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye!